Namaste and welcome back. I am Dr. Naresh Bana and with me is Mr. Rajiv Chadda, and today we are going to discuss a very essential piece of urban infrastructure which impacts our daily lives. Yes, I am talking about the multi-level car parkings. Today we see as the personal transport vehicles are increasing, so is the congestion on roads, and that brings in more and more need of having enough and available parking spaces. Towards that, a lot of work is being done in most of the municipalities where multi-level car parkings are being constructed, and the best thing is these are being done as public-private partnerships and small public-private partnerships. So when we are talking about small-scale public partnerships, these are some of the good examples, and Mr. Rajiv Chadha has had some very good experiences, and I would now request him to throw a little more light on that.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Bana. So I think multi-level car parks are perhaps one of the most sought after products by any municipal corporation. Well, I have traveled to almost 50 smart cities in India and given inputs to 35 smart cities in India. And in each one of these smart cities, the first thing that I have been asked as a PPP expert is to do an analysis of a land parcel where a multi-level car park can be constructed by the municipal corporation. Not just one, two, three, four. So it is not only the big cities, but tier 2 cities as well, which are looking towards multi-level car parking system. Well, I've been born, brought up and educated in Delhi. And let me share with you, 20 years back, I had not seen a single multi-level car park in Delhi. Now we have not only big multi-level car parks, but almost every colony, every other colony in Delhi is having a multi-level car park. So that is the importance of multi-level car park. It is one of the most sought after PPP projects, which can easily be, easily be designed as a PPP, and there are many advantages to this product. The first advantage to this product is that it alleviates the burden on the local government. The money is coming from the private sector. Second advantage of this product as a PPP product is that it leverages the efficiency and innovation of the private sector, and the project implementation is very fast. So keeping all these positive aspects in mind, most of the municipal corporations in India are going in a very big way for constructing multi-level car parks, and new innovations are coming in. I have seen many innovations and many new designs of the multi-level car park. But there are many challenges of this multi-level car park, and land is a issue. So I will now request Dr. Bana to throw some light on the challenges that we face with regard to the multi-level car parks.
Thank you, Mr. Rajiv. My experience at various cities about the land for such critical projects is it starts from the land title. In India, we have many agencies having claims and counterclaims on the public land or apparent public land. So there will be cases where the municipality, as he was mentioning, is claiming that it's their land, but there is an agency like Waqf which can say, no, this land belongs to us. So there are multiple claimants on a land many times. So first and foremost thing is clear title of the land, and then it has to be encroachment free, because in mushrooming urban spaces, it's very difficult to guard such public lands which cannot have uh, encroachments. So encroachment removal becomes a very important part, or ensuring that there's no encroachments. And then there are issues like India is an ancient country. There have been civilizations after civilizations. So many cases we have come across that there are archaeological finds as you dig down. And then we have government agencies claiming that yes, this is an archaeological find, so certain procedures have been followed or it may not be available. So that is another major risk in a land parcel. Then we have many public utilities which are passing through or maybe going through that area. So that we have to ensure that those have to be relocated. What are going to be the costs of such relocations? And then you have normal civil engineering requirements of soil conditions, water tables, flood levels, proximity to tidal areas, if it is on a coastline, then if it is in proximity of any heavy industry or hazardous industry. Also, you have to thereafter see what are the bylaws of the municipality, how much height restriction is there, is it in the approach path of any airport or any such other stipulation. Then you have to see what are the approaches, can it get enough vehicles for which it's being planned, is the entry and exit different, and then the user base, people, their willingness to pay, and yes, of course, the enforceability for people to pay to make it more lucrative, whatever. Those we'll discuss subsequently. But suffice to say that this land parcel, if identified correctly, needs to be then constructed, and for construction, you need finances. Now, Rajivji, what is your experience on the financing part?
Well, actually, finances play a very critical role, and as an ex-banker, I feel that finances is something which should be taken care of. What I mean is that the project has to be bankable. If the project is not bankable, then it is unlikely that any concessionaire may come on board. Now, what are the things that we need to do to make the project bankable? The first thing that we need to do is ensure that the private entity which comes in, the concessionaire which comes in to execute the project, is able to raise finances for the project from banks or financial institutions or any other private source. Now, as we all know, the GFR, the government financial rules, do not permit the mortgage of land in a PPP project. So the mortgage of land is completely ruled out, not just in MLCP, but any PPP project, it is ruled out. Now, then what are the other options? One of them is assignment of the letter of allotment to the bank, which essentially means that if you are unable to pay, the bank will substitute and bring in a new partner. So, a simple assignment of letter of allotment could be there. The government rules do not permit the mortgage of land, but sometimes you can the construction of the building you can assign, or any other movable movable part which is there in the project, that can be mortgaged to the bank. So that is the second option. Third option is the personal guarantees of the promoters. The promoters can give their personal guarantees and say that in case of any default, we will pay. Another option is to securitize the future revenues which will come in. So, for example, if the multi-level car park is assuming certain income from the parking and certain income from the commercial, that revenue, the future revenue, can be securitized to the bank, and we can raise money through that source. So there are other options also, but essentially what I'm trying to say is that unless the project is bankable, we are not likely to get a partner. So the most important thing for us to remember while structuring a multi-level car park PPP is that we have to ensure that the project needs to be bankable. So, but there are many technologies also, and the finance and the technology are also linked. So, the amount of money that is required, actually depends on what kind of technology that comes into the multi-level car park. And there are many options. So, I will request Dr. Bana to say a few words on the technology side of it.
Talking about the technologies, you see, we have all come across many multiple level car parkings where you have a simple multiple level structure and there are ramps with various assisting mechanisms for you to go and park. So if we broadly view, we can divide the available technologies in three parts. The first one being the ramp based, which is most commonly visible, where you are guided to an entry and where a RFID tag or otherwise your number plate could be scanned, and then you enter. You are guided to various levels. There are display boards which are telling you at which level how many parkings are available. So you possibly would rush to the nearest one. And then there are sensors. The moment you park, your car parking will be shown as occupied and numbers will change accordingly. Also, there will be CCTV coverage, there will be payment mechanisms, and there may be value added services being provided. Now, these value added services could be that while you are shopping or doing your work, your car could be washed, could be repaired, or there could be shops, there could be many other vehicle or person related services which could be vended in the parking area, may be made available. Then there are multi-level parkings which are fully automated. Now, fully automated also have various mechanisms. They're rack based, elevator based, or there could be conveyor belts, or a combination of all that. And where you leave your car at the entrance, and thereafter the machine takes over and it puts into either in a jigsaw puzzle kind of system or stack or in a tower mode, one on top of other. Now, also we are having a third type, which is the robotic parking systems, where you arrive and then you leave the car to the robot. Robot raises it from the ground level and takes it to the available parking slot. Mostly these robots are this battery operated, and those videos and all possibly you may have seen. These are now gaining ground, but not so much as of now being done in India. It will happen in future though, and for such technologies, I am quite happy to see and now suggest to Mr. Rajiv to talk about how these could be structured into the contract and taken forward.
Yeah, so fine. We will talk about the structures of the multi-level car park. Now, the structure of the multi-level car park could be, multiple. There are multiple options. So, I think one important aspect that we have missed out on the structure is the VGF. Now, VGF is also available for a multi-level car park. But if we have to design the structure in such a way that we do not want the VGF to be taken, then we can increase the number of concession years. I have done a financial modeling of many multi-level car parks. So I find that if the concession period is around 30 years, then there is no VGF required. But if we want the concession period to come down to say 15 years or 12 years, then VGF will be required, because in 12, 15 years, the total capital expenditure which is done by the private party is not recovered. So the first option while structuring is with VGF, without VGF. That's what we have to keep in mind. And we have now there could be, design, build, finance, operate, transfer. The entire mechanism of the multi-level car park could be given to the private party. Design, build, transfer, and operate also. Now, in one of the projects which I was doing, I did my calculations according to the design which was given to me by my architect team and the planning team. But later on, when we got the private player on board, he came out with a better design. And for example, if I was assuming 300 car parks, he was assuming 400 car parks because of better design efficiency. So that is important aspect. We should leave the design part to the private party, because they know the business better. Other structures could be, build, operate, and transfer the project. Now, as far as I am concerned, I have not seen a single hybrid annuity mode project, although I feel that that could also be applied in case of multi-level car parks, because in road projects we have been very successful in HAM. Structuring, I will just summarize in quickly: with VGF, without VGF, design, build, operate, transfer, and build, operate, and transfer. So I think that's the structuring part of it. I will request you to now summarize the whole discussion.
Yeah. And to ensure that we give you a comprehensive look into the multi-level car parking revolution which is quietly taking place in Indian urban spaces, we will bring you a completed, successfully running multi-level car parking, and one of them will be under construction, or one of the case will be which has not been so successful. So we will, today's episode will keep it up to this place, and you keep viewing, and we'll come back to you with our case study in our next episode. And till then, keep viewing. Thank you very much, and namaste.